All right, so welcome. It's June 1st of 2022. We are doing another wonderful showing of our Wine and Dine show where we get to show off our wines and to pair them with appetizers, main courses, desserts, salads, and just show you how fun it is to add wine to your everyday life. You don't need to just enjoy fine wines on big celebrations, though it's a good idea. It's also a great thing to do on everyday life. And, you know, a glass of fine wine every night is a great way to relax. And we allow that to happen with the way we do our membership to deliver fine wines that you cannot beat the value of, that we bring right from our vineyards in Napa to your door. So that being said, I'm going to start this out as we like to customarily with a toast. So everybody that's ready for this, go ahead and grab your glasses. I am drinking the Rickard Merlot tonight. I let it air out. I've been ready for this since about 4:15 tonight. I was like getting all excited. So I was looking, it's actually been opening up for about 2 hours, which means it's going to be very good. And I will be enjoying it with these chocolate covered caramels from Costco that I love so much. But before I do that, I just want to do this on the toast. Here goes. Just because it just happened today, and it came up in my news feed, I poured myself a mega pint of wine in honor of Johnny Depp. So cheers to you, Johnny Depp, and for adding everything. This is to you.
Cheers.
And to me, a mega pint is 3/4 of a bottle. All right. And so today we have the wonderful Jackie Bellavia Duhan from Dallas, Texas, on here to, she's one of our amazing MSIs. She's on here to, has an amazing lineup of her team to share this awesome day in celebration of food and wine. So Jackie, why don't you tell us what the lineup is and take it from here.
Well, thank you, Rory. And yes, welcome everybody to the June Summer Nights Wine, chilling, grilling, and sipping, because where I come from, there's nothing better than sitting out on the back patio, having the grill fired up, sipping a little wine with friends, and grilling great food and enjoying your wine, right? So today is June 1st, 2020. And boy, we have a great, excuse me, 2022. You know, my math doesn't work so good. I get away with that.
All right. We don't want that,
Louisiana.
come on.
Excuse me, June 1st, 2022. But with that, we do have a fun-packed evening for you guys tonight and ladies. So sit back and relax. But we have Sandy Gusto, who is a fabulous instructor with us. I am so glad to be working alongside this up and coming instructor. She's absolutely amazing. And she is going to be cooking for us tonight, or preparing the appetizer, and she's going to be doing a garlic shrimp, and she's going to pair that with a Chenin Blanc. So she will share her recipe as we go along. And then we have Randy Orton, who is also a great student here. He is an up-and-coming instructor. It is amazing to watch how he has grown over the last several months. And he is going to be providing us with a seasoned salmon on the grill, and he's going to be pairing that with our Discoveries Pinot Noir. And then last but certainly not least is my very first student that I ever got at RRR 247, who is Lisa Sklawinski. She is wonderful. She is doing so well and building her team, or working to build her team. And she is going to be preparing for us tonight an Oreo Tart. And she is also going to be pairing that with the Pinot Noir. So with that, I would like to start with Sandy. So Sandy, take it away, sister.
All right, everybody. I have my shirt on. What I'm going to do is, I already have the oven going and I have my shrimp going. The way I do it is, when you want shrimp done, I use raw shrimp, and it needs to be like a C, not a 0. If it's a 0, it's too cooked. So I do about 5 minutes on that. That's going right now. And as that's going, I'm going to cook. I got my cucumber I'm going to cut up, avocado, my mint, my cilantro, garlic. I'm going to do all that while that's cooking right now. So I have about 5 minutes. If you want to go on to somebody else, I'm going to put everything else together, get it all mixed up, and then I'll show you the rest of it. And I am doing the Discovery Chenin Blanc as well. I appreciate this. I have a lot of people that have breast cancer, and this is a wonderful wine with it. So I'm going to do that while this stuff is cooking, and then if you can come back to me, we'll get going.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It sounds fabulous. So, Randy, what you cooking on the Barbie, baby?
All right. We got some grilled salmon coming up. I'm going to go ahead and get this ready for everybody. The recipe calls for garlic powder and salt. I'm going to cheat, use garlic salt. Little on the vegetables. Next, I have some cumin.
I love salmon, by the way. So you're cooking my fave.
Yeah.
Once again, a little on the vegetables.
What vegetables are you grilling with that, Randy?
I just opened up a bag of frozen stir fry vegetables.
Oh, cool. And you're
Just
cooking that on the
easy.
grill?
Yeah, I got a wok that's made for the grill. I don't know if everybody can see that. It's got holes in it, so
Oh, yeah.
the
That's
grill
cool.
flavor can get up in there.
Cool.
It's an easy way, no mess way to cook vegetables, and they're super healthy. A little bit of olive oil and season them however you want.
Okay. And
I'll
what are
go
you
some-
pairing that with, honey?
What's that?
What are you pairing that with?
Oh, I'm pairing that with the Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Discoveries.
And thank you, Peter, because Peter made that suggestion, even though it is a fish. Peter, could you explain a little bit why that will pair so well with a fish? Typically, I would think that you would use a white wine.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I mean, yeah, the tradition is white wine with fish, but salmon is not exactly a white fish. Just look at the color of the fish and the flavor. It's a pretty full body taste. And my first choice whenever I want to have with salmon is a Pinot Noir. That is like the perfect pairing with salmon. Because salmon is very rich fish. It's a very meaty fish. It is not a light body. You would, I mean, you could go with a rich full bodied white. A lighter white would just get lost. But Pinot Noir, which is also what I'm drinking tonight, is absolutely the perfect thing with salmon. It's a lot of people think certain foods are white meat foods or white wine foods, and chicken and salmon are my two favorites to do with a Pinot.
Wow.
So-
Well, thank you for that. So, Randy, we'll check back in with you, honey, in a little bit. We're going to move on to my dear friend, Lisa. So, Lisa, what you got cooking, baby?
Hi. So I'm doing an Oreo Tortes. It is one of my family's favorite. So it is requested a lot. Very simple to make. I've kind of already did some steps so that you don't have to see me pounding the Oreos. So you need a family size Oreo, half stick of butter, throw it in a pan. That's your crust.
Wow.
Yep. And I like to put, like, after I do a layer, I put it in the fridge so it can kind of set a little bit before I put the next layer on. So my next layer is a stick of, just an 8-ounce stick of cream cheese and a cup of powdered sugar. So this is, you
wow.
want to get it nice and smooth. Then you add a container of Cool Whip and you kind of just fold it in so you're not flattening it. But yeah, and then this goes on here. And this is
Awesome.
your,
And that's a no-bake recipe, correct, Lisa?
correct.
It sounds absolutely fabulous. I've
It
been
is,
reading your
it
page.
is so good. It is, like I said, once you start making and taking it, you will not have any left to bring home.
Well, I know my Michael's going to get it because he absolutely loves Oreos and chocolate. So,
Yeah.
and what are you pairing that with, honey?
We are doing I'm probably gonna say it wrong, the Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. Mhm.
Yep, and
That's a
again-
very good choice.
Thanks to Peter for suggesting it, because I'm not that far yet with the whole pairing of the different things.
But that's
yeah.
really the beauty of the club,
Right.
is the learning, and that's why we consider ourselves a discoveries club, right? Because we learn once we taste everything. I know that was a cab snob and thought that was the only kind of wine in the world until I joined the club several years ago. So, Roy, do you have anything to add before we go on?
Well, you guys got this really good and covered, but I'll tell you, there's a reason why we carry Pinot Noir on a regular basis, because it's one of the easiest wines to go to when in doubt. When in doubt, go to Pinot Noir. You know, it goes great with traditional things you put a white wine with or a red, but it's also a palate pleaser, and it really does go well with almost anything. So, you know, it's if you want to look really smart and intelligent and not worry about it, just bring a Pinot Noir. You'll make everybody happy. There's my addition for it. I'll tell you, for years, I always kept Pinot Noir available just for such occasions, always, because and people just thought I was just brilliant. And the brilliance was I learned from another mentor of mine that Pinot Noir was a go-to, right? You know, Merlots have great reason and balance for things, but not everything. Like a Merlot and Salmon, you're going to be losing too much in the dexterity of that actual wine, where a Pinot is going to make that salmon just really good. And if you think about it, you know, you look at colors of glazes you cook the fish in. So I'll go over this. You don't put like a teriyaki glaze on like halibut. It just doesn't go well, but it goes amazing on salmon, right? Well, anything that you can put a glaze on, Pinot Noir is going to just stand out. There's my tidbits for the day on Pinot Noir.
Well, thank you. So how you coming, Sandy?
I'm ready to put the shrimp in.
Let's get them in there, sister.
5 minutes and then room temperature.
Okay. Well, while the cooks are preparing so that they can plate and taste, I would like to take a minute to really talk a little bit about the club. Some of you may be new here and are kind of exploring or figuring out what the club is all about. And quite honestly, it's a fantastic venue. It is, I can't talk enough about it. It is what we consider a boutique discoveries winery club. All the wines come out of Napa and Sonoma. And if you know anything about wine, or maybe you don't, that is one of the best regions that has the best varietals because of the climates and so forth and so on. But it is just fabulous. And like I said earlier, I really thought I knew what wine was all about. And, you know, I had to have cab with everything, or maybe a little crisp Chardonnay, you know, for the summer. But really, once I joined this particular club, I got to tell you, my palate has just been expanded, and it is because of the education that we give. And that's why you want to become a member, and you can become a member as a customer and just try it. You know, you get 4 bottles a month delivered directly to your door. And I'm telling you, I went from Cab and Chardonnay to things like Syrah and Chenin Blanc and God only knows what else. And I have never had a bottle that I did not like. And no, I'm not a wino, you know, like that. But it is really interesting to me as educational as this club is, and how much you learn and what to pair the things with. And it does broaden your palate. So you can become a member, like I say, for about $135 a month, and the wine is refrigerated, sent directly to your door. But if you want to do the business side of this, we have that also. We have a lot of different options for you to get into the club. Many of us here are business owners promoting the different wines and everything. But even just as a customer, let me tell you something. We have a program, it's called 3 for Free. And whenever that you become a customer, and then you share it with your friends and family or whomever that may be interested, and they join. Actually, that's a benefit to you. And there's all sorts of things that go along with that. There's no catches. It's pretty transparent of how it all works. So what I would invite you to do, if you are interested and you haven't joined the club yet, please get back with the person that brought you here, because they have all of the information of how you can join as a customer or as a business owner. And trust me, it's very lucrative. But so with that, Sandy, are you ready to play, sister?
Well, I actually do it in a glass. One second.
Okay, we'll glass it. Her
Need to get my
presentation is
frilly
beautiful.
My frilly toothpicks. So anyway,
Awesome.
what I've done in the past, and everybody that I have over enjoys this because of the shrimp. As I said, the shrimp, it goes about 5 minutes, and they're C's, not O's, so they're not overcooked. But then I had these wine ambassador glasses
That is so cool.
that I received when I became a Grand Cru. And you're only seeing this, but if you look at my page, you're going to see that I Gouda cheese and some watermelon with it. And while everybody's out there sipping and grilling and all that stuff, they enjoy this. And it's the chunks are big enough. As I said, it's avocado, cucumber, shrimp, and it calls for a bigger shrimp, but everybody I talk to likes a smaller shrimp. Because yeah, you can put more in there. Number one, they like shrimp, but really 5 minutes on the shrimp, baking it, let it go to room temperature, and then you chill it, and it's excellent. And then normally if a steak comes up, it's great. You know, I mean, if somebody has any salmon, it'd be good with salmon, but everybody loves it. And I'm pairing it with, as I said, the discoveries.
Well, why don't we
answer.
take a little taste of it and you pair it and tell us what it tastes like, and then maybe Peter can help us educate what we're tasting. I am not the best taster. I just love to drink it. So
Hold on. Oh, wow, what a difference. There's lime juice in this. There's cilantro and mint. And when I had it earlier, when we first started cheering, this changed. It got sweeter. It got sweeter. And oh my gosh, I mean, I never knew that.
Peter, in looking at the taste,
yeah, tell on why.
yeah, and looking at the tasting notes about this particular wine, it says that it's high acidity with peach. So is that could be like what's coming out to her, or?
Yeah, I mean, when we write these tasting notes, I mean, obviously it doesn't actually have peaches in there. It's all these words. It's a vocabulary to describe. If I say peach, you kind of know what that tastes like. So you can go and look, and it's a way of explaining it.
Right.
When the acidity, that crisp gives it that nice crisp thing, which makes it wonderful in hot weather. But it also makes it great when you have citrus in your food, when you got to cut through a lot of spice, which is why that Chenin Blanc blend is incredible. It's one of the most versatile food wines we have. And you can hear, I mean, it's going to hear the sound we're hearing in the background here. Because it's going to bring out a lot of notes in that salad, in that shrimp, and that with the vegetables and the citrus and all that. It's just going to like turn up the volume on them. And because of the acidity there in the shrimp with the citrus there, that's going to also bring out some sweetness that you didn't notice before in the wine. It was sort of hiding there, and now it just brought it out. So
yeah, I would have never thought that. It's excellent. Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. Things that aren't sweet all of a sudden make your wine taste sweeter, or things that are very sweet can make your wine taste sweeter. We're going to see the other end of that at dessert, when all of a sudden this Pinot is going to taste sweet. So you're going to see a lot. You're going to see how wine really can, I mean, that's part of the reason we love wine is because it can enhance your food experience. It's just another set of flavors that you're not going to get anywhere else, that just make your, basically light up your mouth and get you excited and enjoy it. So that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, look at the faces we're getting here. She's drinking that, and eating
And
that.
typically I'm a red wine person. Everybody knows it. I get all red. And I told Jackie, I said, right, we're going to do this. I get all red and I should switch. And I got this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go back to the mixed, period.
Well, yeah, that's great because we have some amazing whites that we picked up recently. Yes, I'm more of a red wine drinker too, but especially come summer and you want it. And some of the whites we have, particularly the Chenin Blanc and the Sauvignon Blanc, we're sending, in fact, we're doing a new Chenin Blanc coming out this month. So started shipping today is a new vintage of the Parables in White, which is another one of our Chenin Blanc blends. And that is just a spectacular wine. You just need that around in the summer. You can have that with your shellfish, with your fish, with your salads. And so it is just the wine to have all summer long. No one's ever going to be unhappy giving a glass of that.
Well, thank you for that,
Great.
Peter. And thank you
Great.
so much, Sandy. And guys, let me tell y'all, check out her page. It is phenomenal. It is so well written, but the recipe and just the presentation, it is just fabulous. So be sure to check that out. Randy,
Thank
how
you.
you doing on the salmon, baby?
I think we're ready to go.
Well, let's go, brother. Let's plate it up. There is nothing better than being outside grilling on a evening in the summer. I just absolutely love it. So that's why we chose this theme, and it seems to be working well. So
yeah, and salmon's a great fish to put on the grill. It holds together like some fish will just fall apart, but
well, when we first started, because this was obviously a team effort, and we were talking about it, and most times when you talk about grilling or summer and stuff like that, you think of heavy stuff of ribs or beef of some kind. And when they chose their dishes, I was really, really excited because it puts a different spin on it, So go ahead and taste it, Randy, and pair it and let us know
All right.
what you got. Oh, that looks beautiful.
It's nice and flaky.
And you got that little char on there from the grill, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh my!
Oh, that's
It's
good.
just delicious.
Well, get you a little taste of your wine, baby.
Yes, that great suggestion, Peter. It tastes amazing with the salmon, especially with the grill flavor in the salmon and the kind of woody taste in the wine. It matches really good.
oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, salmon always is good with Pinot, but especially when you grill it. Yeah, you're absolutely right because it gives it that extra that little bit of char. Boy, you did a beautiful job grilling that. I want salmon for dinner right now. I'm gonna have to go buy some. So,
Rory, do you have anything to add to that, my dear?
Well, I can talk about salmon on the barbecue for about 2 hours easy. There's, and sometimes, they have those planks that you put on the barbecue to get like a cedar plank.
The cedar plank.
I'm watching you eat that and I'm salivating. So salmon on the grill is one of the best things ever. And, and the thing with the Pinot Noir, like, I don't know if you're like a lemon guy, but squeezing lemon on salmon, that citrus taste with that and the wine it'll dynamically change the flavor of that dish.
I've never thought of that.
So every time I like lemon on a lot of things, but especially salmon. So I'm watching you do that and go, man, if he put a little bit of lemon with that and then drained that Pinot with that, you may never want it again any other way. So there's no citrus in that Pinot Noir. There's no citrus taste or flavonoids whatsoever. However, the citrus flavonoids from the actual, like a lemon, with the salmon was going to pull out some incredible flavor notes. It's unbelievable. That's what I'm thinking of right now. So there you guys get me sharing.
I have to try it.
Well, thank you, Rory, so much for that input. So Lisa, how you doing on the Oreo tart, honey?
So I jumped ahead because we're moving along. So I did the cream cheese layer, and then the chocolate layer is just chocolate pudding and 3 cups of milk. Then you do another container of Cool Whip. And then this part you can do if you want. If you save some Oreos, you just put it on the top.
Oh, well, absolutely. You got to put it on the top, honey.
Yeah.
Fill that baby up.
All right. So that's all there is to this.
Okay.
So
And then you serve it cold or room temperature? or-
Usually once you make it, you refrigerate it, obviously, but I mean, it doesn't last long once you get it out of the fridge. So,
Okay.
I mean, it has pudding in it, so this piece will not be pretty. Oh, maybe.
That's okay. All that matters is that it tastes good, and I think it tastes, it
Oh, there you
looks
go. It
delicious.
It looks amazing.
Yes.
Gosh,
I think
Brad,
you
I'm
underestimate-
telling you, I'm now looking. I want salmon. I want to get some salmon for tomorrow.
So I don't
Yeah,
know if you can see all the layers in there, the crust, the cream cheese layer, the pudding, and the Cool Whip.
Oh my,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
my.
Lisa, that looks.
I gotta
say,
Lisa-
dangerous.
Lisa, it doesn't matter how it looks, even though it looks good. Just go ahead and ship me some. That's all right.
I'm
I was
on
gonna
it.
say, Lisa, Sandy's closest. You and Sandy could probably meet up in Stillwater, right?
Pretty much.
Oh my
Really?
goodness, that is such a difference. I wasn't expecting such it really brings out it makes it taste more like an Oreo. It just brings all of the flavors together. That's
Yeah.
really good.
But you got to remember, chocolate is actually a berry. So that you
Yep.
want a wine with a berry flavor because that's why it goes so great with chocolate.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it's an interesting thing about desserts and red wine. Dry red wine with dessert, you think, oh, shouldn't you have a sweet wine? No, the dessert's sweet enough.
It's too
Um,
sweet, yeah.
Yeah, and so and you're getting to see, yeah, it's
Yeah, very good.
different
Thank
red
you for
wines go
suggesting
different.
that.
Well, I'm glad our Pinot Noir. I mean, I could go on for hours about it too. But when I first started drinking it, I would go to a fancy restaurant and have it go, wow, that's amazing. Then I'd go to the store and I'd try to buy something. And I kept learning, and it's very hard because it's a tough grape to grow. They call it the heartbreak grape because it's not an easy one to grow, and to grow it cheaply for the mass market wines, or to produce it where it's highly preserved, it's much harder to do. It can't be made that way and be made well. So I eventually found that, well, if I spent a lot of money on a bottle of Pinot, I'd probably get not always, but probably get a pretty good experience. And then we got to going and getting our own, and some of these amazing winemakers who I'm so excited to. This particular Pinot was from one of my favorite winemakers, who a fresh chef friend of mine told me he was in town, come by. And when I tasted his Pinot, I said, okay, I got to get you making wines for Wine Ambassador. And he was very excited to do it. And that's where these wines came from.
True story.
And
And
that is
it's-
so awesome. That is really, and guys, if you're listening to what Rory and Peter are alluding to, we have winemakers, and I call it private label wines that are shipped to us. These people are generations of winemakers. This isn't your everyday run-of-the-mill fly-by-night operation. It's actually a very professionally run outfit, and we actually own the winery. are part of that. And we get to go to Napa, some of us that are Grand Crew members every September, which is absolutely fabulous. There's nothing better than walking in a vineyard and having the opportunity to watch how the grapes are cared for. And they have great care taken about them. So that's very interesting to me. And it's again, it just goes to show that the people that are involved or behind this particular winery or wine company, they don't take it lightly. They take it with great care. And you don't find that often. So like I say, get with the person that brought you here and they have all of the information. And they would be happy to help you become a member just like us. So, Rory, you got anything else, buddy?
I'll just throw in, like, we have give the person that brought you here, but we do that wine event. It's on Labor Day every year. And this is liquid art. This particular Rickard Merlot right here was made by an incredible winemaker who just knocks it out of the park with Merlots. And I believe that the next vintage is being bottled up one of these days soon, right, Peter? It's coming up.
Yep.
It's on
Just
the,
a couple weeks. Yeah.
He signed off on it our last trip, and so the next Merlot vintage is on its way. But this, when I'm listening to you talk about it, Jackie, and you're absolutely right. But this is an artist that made this. Like, a lot of care, a lot of love in the barrel for a couple years, 2-3 years before it's ready. And we bottle it when it's ready to be bottled. We don't have a timeline. It's when the wine's ready. We've had a lot of fun doing this, and we got 28 varietals in process right now. 28 already incredible wines in their own barrels and location in the warehouse, just being loved on and cared for by the special artist that's behind it. And you think about that, that's pretty phenomenal. And that's what you get with the True Fine wine. So, I mean, this wine that I'm having right here, this is the 2017, right? And even though it says 2017, the minerals, the grapes, the love and care started easily 3 or 4 years before that grape got those minerals that's now in this jar. So this is like 8, 9, 10 years of excellence that I get to partake of right now that's been created, crafted 10 years back. Pretty phenomenal to put that in perspective. And that's what we get to deliver here. So it's just awesome we get to do this.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up the Merlot and the new vintage of it, because one of the things everybody's used to with the supermarket punch is that you can go, it doesn't matter what year, it's going to taste exactly the same. We were tasting just a couple weeks ago, we were tasting this new vintage of the Merlot. It is completely different. It's wonderful, but it is completely different. So anyone who is really attached to the 2017 flavor profile, we do have some more of it still in the warehouse. You can go get a custom case with some of that. But don't waste any time. It's not going to be around much longer. So
no, it's not. Nor are a lot of them. Like, and that's how it goes, right? We discover new wines every month. You like them, order a custom case and get some, because they will be gone. They don't last long. And we keep ramping up our production, and we just keep moving it faster. It's a great situation. All right. God bless everyone. Are we good, Jackie?
We are absolutely good. I'd like to thank all the cooks. It was absolutely fabulous. Thank you, Rory, and thank you, Peter. Till next time, see you later.
Yeah, see you guys next week. Bye for now.